I liked it. Really enjoy really the match and the 90 minutes. After the big win on Sunday and the travel, a day off on Monday, we only train on Tuesday. So it's really good to see the mentalities and the team were focused. They were very professional with this, but of course also how we play football today was excellent. Yeah, this is. I said always we are a young team and we learn from every match and also today. I think it's also they try to press us and we did it good. We play with confidence from the back and build up very good. So it's really great to see that.
So let's look at the starting lineup of both teams. Barcelona started with a 4-3-3. We got Inaki Peña in goal. We got Martin. We got Kobarsi. We got Ronald Araujo. Jules Kounde. Frankie de Jong was the pivot. He was stepping in for Casado. Pedri, Gavi, Rafinha, Dani Olmo, the false nine, and Lamine Yamal. As for Real Betis, they started off in a 4-2-3-1. We got Real Betis in goal, Ruibal, Barca, Nathan, Perot, the double pivot of Cardoso, Altamira, Rodriguez, Isco, Juanmi, and Vitor Roque. Once the match started, Real Betis, they went up into 4-4-2 because Barcelona had possession. And what Barcelona was doing was Dani Olmo, he was dropping deep as a false nine. And so this somewhat became, they had Gerard Martin over here moving up forward. And so it became a back three, and we had Pedri and Frankie de Jong. Rafinha was the guy tucking in, and so when Dani Olmo would drop deep, Gavi would take his place, and so it was somewhat of a sort of a five in the middle. Lamine over here and Gerard Martin over here. So this was the sort of the average formation, obviously much higher up on the pitch. Frankie de Jong, he had a very good game. But in this game, it was the role of Jules Kounde, which was very different than the rest of the games. Especially the role of Jules Kounde, overlapping, tucking in, and doing all that stuff. And the role of Dani Olmo as well. In Barcelona's first goal, we got an overload on this side of the pitch. Gerard Martin's moved over here. And so what's going on is Dani Olmo playing as a false nine. He's not pinning the defenders back. What he's doing is he's moving in over here as a false nine. And because these defenders are not chasing him, he connects with Pedri. Rafinha is the guy who moves inside. He tucks in and then he moves inside and he drags all these players here. So once Olmo gets the ball, he turns and he makes this pass, and because of this space, because of Rafinha's run, there's this huge space here, and Gavi runs into it, and so Olmo passes it to Gavi, and Barcelona get their first goal. What we see here is Jules Kounde is the guy who has made this overlap, and it is Gavi who's the midfielder, the attacking midfielder, who's moved out wide over here, close to the box. And so we got Olmo and Rafinha pinning the defenders back, but because it's a sort of a transition thing, and everybody's moving back, and these guys are chasing the runs of Olmo and Rafinha, we get Gavi with a cross over here. When Kounde makes that overlap, it's Lamine Yamal who is normally pinned to the wing, but he makes this move inside where usually Gavi is supposed to be, and that is why Gavi makes this outside. So there's this midfield movement going on between the fullback, the winger, and the midfielder, and that obviously has everybody confused. There's also this transition sort of a thing happening where these guys are making the run, so there's a lot of space being created over here. But Barcelona, they like to go over the top as well. They have to find those runs under Hansi Flick. This actually would have been a goal, but it was stopped by the keeper. But it was a really good chance, almost as good as a goal. Another good chance. This time it's Gerard Martin from the flank. He crosses the ball in, and we see Rafinha, Olmo, and Gavi making the runs, and Lamine Yamal over here on the far side. So the idea is basically to get at least 3 or 4 guys inside the box. And so once they do that, Dani Olmo, he gets the ball, he takes a shot, it hits the post, and on the rebound, Rafinha is the guy who gets on the rebound, and he tries a shot, but it's saved. And then again, because everything is on a fast break, on a movement, we see a big gap over here again. Even though there are 5 guys, Real Betis trying to defend. But what we see here is it's very easy for Barcelona to create these chances, and the scoreline should have been much higher than it was. Although it was still a very high scoreline, but it could have been like at least 3 or 4 goals more. So about 9 or 10 goals maybe. And Barcelona's second goal, we have the 2 defenders, Cobarsi and Araujo over here, and then we have this box of 4. So we got Frankie De Jong here, Gavi over here, Pedri over here, and Dani Olmo dropping deep from this false 9 position. And so we got this sort of a diamond-shaped box over here, and we got Rafinha here, Gerard Martin here, we got Jules Kounde here, and Lamine Yamal over here. And so, as I said at the start of this video, that it was Jules Kounde whose role was really, really important. So what Kounde did over here was that once Pedri got the ball, Kounde makes this inverted run, and so Pedri passes the ball over here. Kounde does a step over, lets the ball run to Lamine Yamal, and Lamine Yamal with a 1-touch, and Kounde continues his run into the box, and the ball gets to Lamine Yamal. So it's a 1-touch pass over the top, and Kounde gets the ball. It's a straight 1-touch shot from Kounde as well. So 1-touch, 1-touch, and 1-touch over here. So that was a brilliant goal, and that is the role of Jules Kounde that Hansi Flick has transformed from a defending right back into a very attacking one. And even against Real Madrid, Kounde was over here, and he had passed that ball to Rafinha, who'd gone in for the header. So this time, Hansi Flick made it more attacking, because against Real Madrid, Kounde had to be a little defensive because of Vinicius and Mbappe. But over here, they calculated that, okay, we can play a more attacking fullback, and that's what Hansi Flick wants. So he made this run all the way over here, and he ended up scoring a brilliant goal. Barcelona then got another really good chance. It was Lamine Yamal dribbling, and they were on a transition. Everybody's running. Betis was playing a high line. And so Lamine, when he dribbles here, he makes it all the way over here. And then, he tucks right, and that's where Kounde, he makes this run, and he drags everybody forward. And so, everybody is moving here. Rafinha is also moving inside, and so Lamine passes the ball over here, and it's Dani Olmo running in. And so Olmo, he overruns, he misses it, but then he continues that run so that the space is created over here. And that's what Kounde did as well. And so at the end of it, Gerard Martin's the guy who's been moving in, and that's what Hansi Flick wants his fullbacks to do. That once there's an attack, move inside into the box. And so he gets at the end of the ball because there's a huge gap over here, but he shoots with his wrong foot because he's used to making all the crosses inside and feeding the balls. So he's using his left foot because he's playing on the left, and so he shoots with his left. If he had shot with his right, it certainly would have been a goal, but because he shot with his left, the ball went wide. But it was still nonetheless a really, really good chance. And again, Barcelona do everything on speed so that these gaps are created. That's how they exploit the gaps. Otherwise, if they keep on passing the ball, then Betis would be in that 4-4-2 compact situation, and it would be much more difficult to score. So Barcelona take the advantage of these transitions and do some really fast movements, and they're all very coordinated. They know exactly what everybody has to do just by having one look at the guy they're teamed up with. Barcelona got another good chance. Over here we can see their midfield three: Frankie, Gavi, Pedri, Olmo again dropping deep, and so we have this front three of Rafinha, Olmo, and Yamal. Jules Kounde over here. Again, Jules Kounde with an important role. The ball is passed to Lamine, who's over here on the side, isolated, and he makes that move inside. And Kounde is also, he's making that run, and now he's got to decide if he's got to make an underlap or an overlap. And so Yamal, he makes that dribble over here, tucks inside, and seeing that, Kounde makes that run as an overlap over here. And once he does that, Yamal passes the ball over here, and Kounde smacks it right in the goal. Barcelona were very unlucky that it was a very slight offside that didn't count. But more or less, this is how Barcelona basically thrashed Real Betis. They have this huge coordination going on, and that false nine experiment of playing Dani Olmo instead of Robert Lewandowski. Olmo, who can even drop deep way over here like Messi used to do. So that 4-3-3 with a false nine, that works really well, and that the role of Jules Kounde, the right fullback, with the isolation going on over here, with overloads being created here, and those fast transitions, it's worked really, really well for Barcelona. And even against Atletico Madrid, Hansi Flick played that 4-3-3. It wasn't that false 9 4-3-3, but that worked out really well as well. So that 4-3-3, that is what Barcelona is used to. It works really well. So against most teams, Hansi Flick is going to play a 4-2-3-1, but at times when he plays that 4-3-3, it works super well. He's played it twice. It's worked really well both times. They've got a lot of options now to play against different teams, and it's working wonders right now.